Alright, hello everybody. Welcome to Livestream Under the Moonshine. This is going to be episode number 234. Welcome back everybody to my second playthrough of 1000 Lies. So, if you guys missed the first part, it was pretty much just an act, if you would, where they were doing sort of a play, if you would, I guess, where they kind of acted like the main character in the game, Sirion, I guess is how I pronounce his name. Probably pronouncing it wrong, but he was a guy who supposedly loved a female in the class, and when she was, had dedicated her love to another man, he decided to take his life in his own hands. And it seemed a little bit dramatic, a little bit too much, for to be real, especially so soon, so early in the game. And I kind of thought he was either dreaming or something. And it turned out, they just got a big applause at the end, and that was that. So that's really all it boiled down to. And now we're ready to find out if we can get into some real story or not. And not just another lie. Not just another act, if you would. So we're going to jump back into 1000 Lies. Welcome to part 2, everybody. And let's go ahead and get this started, shall we? Alright. Hopefully you guys are doing well tonight. Alright. Alright, tale of a not-so-sad past. So we're going to pick up where we left off. And it's now recess at Jane Institute. Ossie and I go for a walk outside the school grounds, wandering with no particular destination in mind, through the street that serves as the heart of our small town. It has become our routine. It's not even that big in the first place, but we live in a modest European town whose inhabitants thrive off a rich history and modern-day political lies. Hey, there's no lies in politics, none at all. I don't know what they're talking about. I've lived my entire life, and the only positive quality I can think of is the fresh, unpolluted air. In other words, it's really boring here. Although it's still better than to die of boredom than to try to deal with those little brats back at the school. Damn, I never expected for it to end so badly. I didn't think it was that big of a deal. Actually, he has a higher voice, so I made him have a higher voice. Let's go ahead and correct the voice that I gave him. Even though we're pranking everyone more often than before, we haven't done anything too terrible. I guess that's just the risk we took with doing it to a new teacher. Some people take life way too seriously. The comedian standing next to me is Ossie Eldwine. He's a perverted, narcissistic guy who can't decide whether he loves women or his own reflection even more. Welcome to stream, everybody. He calls himself a lady killer, and I can confirm that that's true, in a literal sense, from shock and terror, usually. Well, to be honest, I know he has a reputation as a womanizer around the school, and from what I've seen, I'm skeptical. He has stuck to me like a parasite ever since I transferred to the school a few years ago. But since then, just like with our little play, we've wasted our time pulling pranks and being dumbasses together. That sounds like fun. I'm just faking it, but he really has a natural talent for it. Oh, damn. Because of our infamous endeavors, no one can take us seriously. That's why we're known as the class clowns above all else. In all the years we've been studying here, we've never gotten into any major trouble. Just sometimes getting lectured or complained at. No big deal, right? The fact that Ossie, although it may seem impossible, has the highest grade in class, probably has something to do with that. And I'm just a pretty face, I guess. I'm a lucky guy who knows how to escape before the smoke sets off the alarm. That's always a good quality to have. But it seems we've scared the new teacher a little bit too much, especially by pretending she might have an immoral relationship with a student, or an immoral relationship with a student. But what else should we have expected from an age that places precedence on political correctness? Real issues are shrugged off while everyone is living in their own bubbles, dreading that someone else may try to pop it. Basically, right now, we're discussing where they should chop our... wait a minute. Basically, right now, they're discussing where they should chop our heads off and which weapon to use. An axe or a guillotine. That's funny. I don't regret it, though. It really wasn't that bad. They're just a little bit too sensitive. And Aussie says, "Hey, are you listening to me? Are you doodling again? Every time I get distracted, you always have your nose in that damn notebook." It's impressive how long I can take. It's impressive how long it can take for Aussie to notice his surroundings. Since we left, I've been writing in the small, pocket-sized notebook that I always kept with me. And no, I wasn't listening to him. I don't consider it healthy to pay attention to him anyways. Oh, that's funny. Hello? I've asked you a couple of times already. Are you gonna show me what you're writing eventually or not? We've been friends for like, what, 6 years? And still, you'll never let me see it. I puff and close the notebook with my thumb and index finger. It's a question that I should expect by now, seeing as this fixation of mine usually catches everyone's attention at some point. No, it's not weird to write entries in a diary or to jot down ideas, neither of which was what I was doing. It's only because I do it so often that it's noteworthy. And I say to him, "What am I writing? No, Aussie, your question is incorrect, seeing as I'm not the one who's writing anything. It's my hand. It moves by itself. Every time I have the premonition of a catastrophe, my fingers themselves scribe a future into this notebook." Now he's just teasing him. "I've been keeping it a secret because of this power. If I put it in the wrong hands, it could be used for evil." Oh boy. Catastrophe? Wait a second. You're shitting me. Catastrophe how? Am I in danger? My friend's verbosity suddenly accelerates within a second. Meanwhile, I open the notebook and read what I had just written, and then turn my gaze away and bite my own lip. Hey, I don't like that face. What did you just read? I hope it's not something harmful to me. Uh-oh. And at that very moment, I shiver. It was as if lightning had struck me. With no control over my body, I write a short sentence on a new page and then rip it out as the premonition finishes. Okay, you're really freaking me out. What the hell did you write? Look at that face. I can't tell you. Hand it over. Aussie snatches the crumpled sheet of paper away from me. Finally, while trying to keep a composure that he clearly lacks, he reads its contents. The time is quickly approaching. Something worse than death will hunt you down. Oh shit. Ah! And Ziva comes in. Hey, I only touched your shoulder. Why'd you jump? How are my favorite guys? Hey, I've got good news. What kind of premonition is this, yeah? Well, I wrote about something worse than death, and then Ziva came along. I think I hit the mark. These guys are funny. Oh, what are you talking about? And why do I get the feeling that it's no good? Let's not get into the details. CR was writing in his notebook again, and I wanted to know what it was since he never tells us. Ziva moves her gaze from Aussie and to me. blinding me with a sparkle shimmering in her eyes so brightly that it resembles a damn lighthouse. Oh, so Indian was compulsively writing in his notebook again. Can I see what you wrote too? Can I? Can I? Ooh, she might be a little bit more persuading than Aussie, huh? She tries to steal my pocket-sized notebook by jumping on me, but since I'm used to her trying this kind of thing, I managed to evade her in time and hide it away in my back pocket. Hands off, Sigmund Freud. Geez, so unfair. If you won't show it to me, then your treatment will never progress, Indian. Don't be deceived by her charm and appeal. Ziva Shani is one of the most dangerous species in the entire world, according to 9 out of 10 experts. While most of my fellow fauna will tell you the opposite, since they're all madly in love with her, to me, Ziva's nothing more than a damn headache. I mean, just look at her. It's like she's straight out of an RPG with those clothes. But since she's attractive, everyone just turns a blind eye. If I had to describe her, I'd say she's a wannabe psychologist with a touch of insidiousness and deceit, who has also been determined to ruin my life since the very first moment we met earlier this year. Her dream is to go to college and focus on the studies of the human mind, and what better practice than experimenting with mine first. Somehow she found out about my habit of scribbling in my notebook, which she described as interesting, and hasn't stopped bugging me since. She decided that I'd be her first test subject. Not a week goes by where she doesn't try to psychoanalyze me or fish my paper scraps out of the trash and read them. Even worse, sometimes she tries to steal my notebook so she can discover its secrets. Damn women, man, I'm telling you. At least now she calls me by a surname. Before that, I was just a patient to her. The only thing that needs to be treated is your head, Ziva. Well, what were you going to say before you attacked me? Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Look at that face. I snuck into the teacher's lounge and gave them my biggest, saddest puppy dog eyes so I could pacify them and blah blah blah. They only gave me the usual speech and sent me away. Aren't I lucky? Well, that should have been expected. It wasn't that bad. I guess I won't be scolded again this time either. Huh? I wasn't talking about you guys. I was just talking about me. How you doing, Laurent? Then what part of that exactly do you call good news? Well, I thought you'd be happy for me, Indian. I didn't expect you to react so selfishly. Oh, come on. They can't be that hard on us. If they let Ziva get away with it, then our fate will probably be the same. We've done worse things day after day, and nothing has ever happened, right? Yeah, but this time it was all the master plan of this lady right here, who also insisted on participating in one of our operations with us. And she doesn't even care what happens to her comrades now. Seriously? That explains why Ziva will participate with us and all that, but... It was you who owed me one, Indian, so stop complaining. Plus, I was just messing with you. I wouldn't really hang you out to dry like that. You don't have to worry about anything. The substitute is angry, but the rest of the staff really didn't take it seriously. The only thing you've got to do now is apologize to her, and she'd come crocodile tears to show how very sorry you are, and you're finished. See how easy that is? I can't believe you don't trust me, Indian. You have so little faith in me. And I say, little to none anyways. That was a bare minimum you could have done since you were involved, so stop your grumbling. Oh, I did help you though, so I want a favor in return. Can you come with me to... Request denied. No favors. Oh, damn. Shut down. Oh, jeez. Ah, come on, what's with the long faces? Remember how in less than a month finals begin. Less fighting and more having a good time so we can leave this place with a good impression, okay? By the way, Ziva, what kind of favor did he owe you, if you don't mind me asking? I think this is the first time I've ever heard CR owing anyone a favor without a bet somehow being involved. Hell, not long ago, he wouldn't do anything unless there were a bet involved. Oh, it was nothing. I just asked my uncle if he knew about a certain package, since he works at the post office. Speaking of which, you never did tell me what that was all about. You told me you would explain it another time. I fold my arms and raise an eyebrow, resigning myself to answer despite my clear lack of interest here. That's right, part 2, Laurent. Here we are. It's kind of a bad anecdote, but I guess we have the time anyway. Both Aussie and Ziva look at me expectantly. Their interest can't be more apparent. I initially resist, but end up yielding to the pressure. Alright, I'll tell you everything, but I'm warning you, it's just a damn depressing love story. A love story? She's excited. Oh, you don't have to tell the entire world now, you know. I wasn't aware that my young and pure Syrian had already become a man. It must have been due to my benevolent influence. Tell me, what kind of person is willing to put up with your eccentricity, I can't say that word, companion Romeo? Hey, I've always had to put up with you, and I don't complain. Quit joking around. But you complain every single day. Oh, could you stop beating around the bush? Get on with it. She wants to hear the love story. Okay, straight to the point. I get it. I clear my throat before starting. Let's see, it all started this one night. I was inside my warm and comfortable room. But your room is a pigsty. I've seen it. Warm and comfortable, like I said. Funny. I was surfing the torturous streams of the internet when my eyes fell upon a small ad hidden under millions of shitty posts on a shitty forum. And that's when I saw her, the most beautiful of all muses, the most lovely of all creatures in its calamitous world we're forced to live in. Oh boy, that's her, huh? A super rare limited edition figurine carved by God himself. Oh, don't tell me you fell in love with a figurine. Oh, you're dead to me, Sierra. You hear me? Dead. It was a limited edition, okay? Oh, that changes everything. What the hell is wrong with you? Are you going to let me finish or what? Not even memories are respected nowadays. You humans disgust me. Oh, for heaven's sake, can you please just finish already? As I was saying, tribulations soon came to pass. Price, loads of money. Its price, much like its charm, went beyond the realm of reason. However, I didn't let that stop me. Let me turn the music down just a little bit here. Alright. However, I didn't let that stop me, for my love of those 4 inches of hard, solid, shapely plastic outweighed the death nails of my wallet. Although I had now condemned my soul to future insecurities, my heart was aflutter with grace, and I hit purchase. Now I see where all this is going. Huh? Seriously? Well, he never got his delivery, and that's why he asked me if I could ask my uncle to check it out. But that doesn't make sense. Couldn't you just ask the post office yourself? Well, here's the problem. I didn't order it under my name. I bought it with my dad's credit card without him knowing about it. Kind of. Uh-oh. Oh, the music was okay over there? Okay. Cool. Now, a round of applause. Wait a minute, you stole your father's credit card? What a model son you are. Yeah, I'm not proud of it, I know. I regretted it afterwards. I plan on paying him back. I just can't do anything if they lost the package. The weirdest thing is how the website I ordered it from, the shipping page, instantly indicated that it was delivered, signed for, and everything. What? Well, how is that even possible? I don't know. That's just another mystery. Aussie, your phone is one of those high-tech ones with internet and stuff, right? Can you lend it to me? Sure. Give me a minute. Oh, don't tell me you have internet on your phone in this... don't tell me you don't have internet on your phone in this day and age, Indian. My phone was more useful as a hammer than it was for communicating. Look at the biceps I got from carrying that damn thing around. The truth is that it broke not too long ago, and now I gotta buy a new one. But I'm lazy and in no hurry. I'll get a new one when a sale comes around, okay? What an old timer. How is it even possible for someone to live without a smartphone nowadays? You can come back to the future any time, McFly. Oh, don't try to reason with him, Ziva. He's a lost cause. Here you go, CR. Do you know how to use it? Aussie then shows me an app and how to check my email with just like I asked him to do. I enter my email address and password with ease on the touchpad. I open the very first email in my inbox before presenting the screen to my classmates. Is that a threat? The email says the following. From Harry, h.1927 at xxx.com, to Sirion Indian. Subject not for everybody. Can a figurine really come to life and disappear? If you want to know the truth, go find it. This Monday after class, come to the playground in the deserted neighborhood. Good luck making your first decision. After both of them read it, I hand the phone back to its owner while he's still in shock. What? What is this supposed to mean? That's what I'd like to know. It's almost like someone is challenging me to a duel. This is insane. You ordered a figurine. You didn't kill anybody. You didn't kill anybody, right? A lot of people, every single day. I haven't been a professional hitman for the last 13 years for nothing. Oh boy. Oh, don't look at me like that. Of course I haven't killed anybody. Yet. So, who's this Harry H, if I might ask? Don't ask me. I don't know any Harrys, not to mention that he used one from one of those free emails that anybody can create. So there's really no way for me to know who it is. Well, what are you gonna do? I can't see the police investigating the kidnapping of a plastic figurine. Good point. It's gotta be some kind of joke. Some internet friend must have known about it and decided to pull a prank on me, right? So, you're just gonna ignore it? Of course, I'm not stupid. Aren't you curious? I'd like to take a peek, but I wouldn't want to go alone either, just in case. Well, I can live without knowing. I'm just upset that someone would pull a prank like this after my loss. Doesn't anybody respect true love these days? True love. With a figurine. That's the problem with you, Indian. Everything outside your comfort zone bothers you. Preparing a surprise party for you must be hell. If it's just a joke, then you should laugh about it. Maybe even go there. It could be fun. What could go wrong, huh? I have nothing against surprises. But then again, nothing goes my way, then of course it's going to upset me. Anyways, how did you manage to turn this into an impromptu therapy session? Just so you know, I hate you. Me? Therapy? What makes you think that? In fact, we can change subjects and talk about something more interesting. For instance, did you notice that during that antidote you shared with us, you displayed symptoms of kleptomania, compulsive buying disorder, and paraphilia? And you don't even have a smartphone. And the worst part by far, or that's the worst part by far, I don't have a cell phone, so I don't have to talk to you outside of school. And why do you care? The important thing is how everything goes wrong for me, and you aren't helping me. Well, we kind of killed enough time here. We should probably head back to the class now. With the intention of leaving before Ziva has a chance to toss me on a couch, Aussie stops me with a question. Hey, CR, before we go, I'd like to know one thing. If that notebook doesn't make you clairvoyant, what does? I chuckle in response. I write 2 short notes on different pages and I tear them off, handing the first one to Aussie. I'll give you a hint. It isn't actually clairvoyance, but something similar. I pat him on the arm, bidding him farewell and leaving him behind as he reads the note out loud in a hushed voice. You don't have to flirt with Ziva while I'm looking away. Oh, what do you mean? This is more like advice than a premonition, and bad advice at that. Did you say my name? Did he write something about me? Let me see it. Maybe I can come up with some symptoms Indion shows, using my deductive abilities. Speaking of symptoms, how are yours, Ziva? What do you mean? That love sickness you suffered during our little play. It's possible that you suffered some after effects, you know, and I just so happen to know a very good remedy. Oh boy. Oh, now Aussie is delirious. That's cute. We'll treat that some other time, okay? Oh God. Ziva walks away, leaving the lone reject behind as he puts his hands in his pockets and sighs. It's then that he finds the second scrap of paper that I wrote, which I had slipped into his right pocket without him noticing. Because she'll turn you down anyways. Oh, that's great. He got him. Because she'll turn you down anyways. Wow. I think he knows his friend pretty well. That's funny. This is pretty good. Impossible. It's unfair that you can predict these things, CR. You've won this time. 1,000 lies. This is going to be actually chapter 3, I think. We're going to go ahead and get into it because we're only about a half hour into this part. It had been a while since the day's lesson ended, and I went back home, but that very afternoon I would have to pass by the school again. I leave the clinic that's next to my school, and I decide to take a detour through the scenic route. What's going to happen? There's a park with a small pond located behind the school, and I like to wander there from time to time. It's sloppier than you would expect. The water is nearly dried up and has a strange hue that's extremely off-putting. That doesn't change the fact that it's quiet and welcoming here when you just want to take a peaceful stroll. As I sit in the park on a bench on the edge of the road, I flip my pen in frustration, and I'm unable to recall the words for its paper counterpart. And then, with a heavy sigh, somehow my thoughts are suddenly led astray. I still have time to go take a look at the place the email mentioned. I remember the place being not too far away from here, and even though I know it's stupid, it still piques my interest. Forget it. I said I wouldn't go. Why would I anyway? To make a fool out of myself in front of Ziva? Does he think that Ziva's actually going to be there? Is she really that curious that she's going to go there alone? Like she said she'd be scared to go there alone, you know? I don't have to prove anything to anybody. Aussie also said we should be making the most of the time we have before our final exams. It's true that there's not much time before the exams begin, and after that I don't have any plans. But is that reason enough for an anything goes attitude? Oh, that isn't the right question. The most important thing now is to think about what I truly want to do, without forgetting to consider the risks. In the worst case scenario, what could it be? A kidnapping? Nah, I'm not important enough to be kidnapped this elaborately. And if it's just a prank, then who cares? I don't even like this town. I'll just leave once I'm finished high school. I really don't care how the others see me either. And if it's just a prank, then who cares? I don't even... Oh, I just read that. I'll go take something to drink. Be back in 2 minutes. All right, Lauren. I am curious to know who sent me that stupid email, however. I really should stop overthinking it. Exactly, I should go investigate it and find the truth for myself. What now, Ziva? Take that. Thrilled with the results of my monologue, I jump up and flip off a random unsuspecting cloud. It's not like I actually care about the cloud's feelings. He actually flips off a cloud. It's not like I actually care about the cloud's feelings, but it's obvious that I was caught up in the moment and had to temporarily abandon my own principles. Oh, what nonsense am I even... That's it! What's it? Hat girl. You're totally right. I have to change my attitude. To hell with everything. Oh no. A huge hat flops out of nowhere, concealing a girl underneath it, and then also who decides to flip off an unsuspecting cloud. Oh, what a bad influence he is, right? Upon closer inspection, I see that the hat is a normal-sized hat, but that the girl underneath is just really puny. For no apparent reason, that shorty walks up to me and answers a question I haven't even asked. What am I doing here? I've been on that bench the entire time. I was drowning in sorrow until you decided to sit next to me. Naturally, I assumed you're going to hit on me. In fact, I don't even know why it doesn't happen more often. Oh boy. Although it's a pity that you just had to be so ugly. No hard feelings, but I have high standards. This is a little miniature girl. It's not the figurine that he ordered, is it? That's kind of what I'm thinking here. Are we sure this isn't that figurine? Is she making fun of me? Well, I mean, you're intriguing in your own way, sure. It isn't good to be so forceful, though. First impressions aren't everything, girl. The important thing is that you aren't a pervert. You came to... Oh, she says this. The important thing is that you aren't a pervert. You came to cheer me up. I don't know how you knew I was thinking, but your words have inspired me. Thank you so very much. Alright, I have no idea what's going on, but it seems when I sat here, I didn't realize someone else was sitting here too. And now she thinks I was talking to her all along. Well, that's what I get for thinking out loud. Normally people would think you're crazy for doing so, and you would never expect to attract crazy people. I don't know who the hell she is, but I need to stay calm like she's a predator. I mustn't let her smell my fear. Ah, sniff, sniff. She's sniffing me. You smell like a good person. Welcome back, Lauren. I think I'm gonna like you after all. You have a better chance than I initially thought. You should be very proud of yourself. You're scaring me. Oh, I do like you, and just enjoy the moment. My condition shouldn't be an obstacle, and overthinking isn't going to solve anything. Right, so it's been a pleasure finally meeting you face to face. Until next time. Thank you again. Oh boy. She leaves as suddenly as she appeared. I would like to say something in reply, but I'm left speechless. In fact, I'm wondering if that's not the little doll he ordered. Tossing aside things I'd rather forget, I'm here to check this place out because of that mysterious email. I was thinking there'd be a cowboy or someone to challenge me to a duel, but nobody is here but me. I should have known that, considering where I am, in an unfinished neighborhood. They started building a ton of complexes here a little less than a decade ago, but they blew the budget before finishing them. This playground is one of the few things they managed to finish, but with no one living around here, it's no wonder that it's not popular. I can confirm that I can confirm that personally, since I usually pass close to this area whenever I visit the library, and I've never seen anyone here before. It seems that I came here for nothing, or at least that's what I think, until I spot a leg hanging out amongst the tube's rails and slides. Keeping my distance, I sneak around the playground, trying to find out who the leg belongs to. And sitting there is a girl. I'm gonna guess this girl is gonna be Ziva. What do you think, Lauren? I don't know. I think it's gonna be Ziva. No, it's not. Okay. I immediately recognized her. Wait a minute. I immediately recognized not her identity, but the gesture she's making. Between her fingers, she holds a pencil, which she uses to trace lines along a sketchbook that's propped up against her knees. And while listening closely, I can hear her humming. Sometimes she rubs her pencil against her lips while in thought, or looks away from the sketchbook to view her subject from another perspective. She doesn't seem to notice my presence as I hide behind a tree, planning my best course of action. Alright, Sirion, there's nobody else around here, so she must be the one who sent the email. Or at least she must somehow be involved with it all. So I go out, wanting an explanation to that email. Seems easy enough. As soon as I begin to emerge from my hiding spot, I immediately jolt back behind the tree. Wait a second. If she's waiting for me, then why is she sketching here? She seems too immersed in her drawing to be watching out for somebody. She hasn't even looked at anything but her paper and the subject. Actually, it must be difficult to see much from her vantage point at all. If she's waiting for me, it'd make more sense to wait from somewhere where she can see the entrance. Makes sense. Another possibility is that she wants to ambush me. That would account for why she's hidden. Then maybe she got too caught up in her art and forgot about me. I think he might be overthinking this a little bit. In that case, I should try to catch her off guard. And that's what he just says right there, too. Why am I overthinking this anyway? I have the upper hand here. I just need to make a move first. I should just be friendly and give her a good first impression. It'd still be a surprise attack, but just not as aggressive. I stealthily step out of my hiding spot, and with cat-like reflexes I climb up the slide and grab one of the monkey bars near where I want to slide down next. I sneak behind the girl with the intention of surprising her, but before she can react to anything... Gotcha! Huh? What the hell? She's gone! Oh, she just disappeared. What the hell? She just disappeared into thin air. Huh? I fail my mission miserably and decide to survey the area just in case, when I finally notice her running out of the park, fleeing with all her art supplies in hand. Oh, now what did I do? I scratch my head in confusion, with no next plan of action until I gaze at the nearby garbage can. She probably hasn't realized that nobody comes here to empty the trash, seeing how it's filled with her scraps of paper from failed drawings. Oh. Now what should I do? I scratch my head in confusion. Oops, we already read that. It's pretty full, so she probably comes here often. The scraps have all kinds of illustrations clearly drawn by someone with natural talent. The drawings are of animals and fantasy creatures one would expect from a movie. They aren't the work of an expert, but they have a quality that dazzles me, except for a small detail. What's written next to them? This one has a story that begins with inter-country religion war that somehow ends in intergalactic war with vampires. Wow. Another one is about magicians summoning spirits in a post-apocalyptic city. Their enemy seems to be a gangster werewolf, also from space. This one stars a group of globe-trotting demon-hunting mercenaries. The demons aren't from space this time, but hyperspace. Oh, this is giving me an aneurysm. The art is really good, but the concepts, not so much. There's just too many cliches here. I'm starting to wonder if they're all actually parodies. Maybe she's just mocking me. Or maybe these are clues of some kind. While busy putting my detective skills to the test, I slip on something and lose my balance. Looking down, I find the culprit is a common drawing pencil. That's weird, I saw her using this just a minute ago. For her to drop it like that, she must have been in a pretty big hurry. And then I realized something. This happened to me at the pond too. I was talking out loud without noticing. She must have heard me while I was rambling behind the tree, and I must have scared her. That must be why she ran away. She has to be involved with that email business. She just has to. She ran away because I was about to catch her. I think he might be overthinking again a little bit. Okay, I can't let things end like this, right? We have unfinished business here. My dear nameless artist. Alright guys, with that, I think that was the end of chapter 3, 1,000 Lies. We're going to go ahead and wrap this up here. I want to keep these parts not too long, definitely under an hour. And we risk going over an hour if we read another one. So we'll continue 1,000 Lies in the next part, the next live stream under the Moonshine. Lauren, I thank you for being here. Hopefully you've enjoyed part 2, which was actually 2 chapters. And I do wonder who this artist is that was in the park. The whole email about me going to the park was kind of mysterious. And then really mysterious was how he spent all that money on his dad's credit card to order the little 4-inch tall wooden doll that he fell in love with. But it says on the website that it was already delivered like immediately after he ordered it. But that's all he found out. He doesn't, I guess he was trying to check the mail or whatever, but he hasn't done that yet. So he obviously hasn't received it yet. So pretty interesting so far. We got a lot of little mysteries we gotta resolve here and figure out what the hell's going on, how they all tie together. All right, man. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you guys in the next live stream under the Moonshine. We'll see you. Take care, everybody. Have a good one. Peace.